Hey y'all, it's Cindy Cobb with Around the Town in the South, and I am in Meridian, Mississippi. I'm sitting on the very stage where Todd Tilghman, it was announced that he won The Voice. I'm sitting with Todd, as most of you, and thank you for joining me.
Sure, absolutely, my pleasure.
Most of you know that Todd and I did several vlogs, interviews throughout his process through the Voice, and that was some fun. Thank you so much for bearing with me on that.
Oh, sure, yeah, it was fine.
Sometimes it didn't work, and we had to, stand with the phone.
Yeah,
it was awesome. But I am in awe sitting here because we are in the house of the Lord. Number one, we're in His church. It's absolutely beautiful, by the way.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it used to be a gym. So.
Well, you should have told me that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known that. It's beautiful. Y'all, I wanted to catch up with him before he leaves again, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Todd did win the Voice. So, Todd, we have not talked about that since you won. Mm-hmm. We did that 2 weeks prior. Tell us a little bit about you winning, what it felt like, and then we'll move into what you're doing now.
All right. Well, we actually every time there was a results show, we were right here. It's gone now, but there was pieces of tape all over the floor where each either kid stood or where their stool was that they were sitting on. It was all, just because they needed the frame to be a certain way.
Right.
It was all fairly orchestrated as far as where we stood, but we were right here, and honest to God, I was not as nervous in the finale as I had been, and I think it's just because we made the finale. I mean, what more can you ask for? We were on the finale, and so and also
to win.
Right. I guess we had sort of also sort of assumed that we wouldn't win. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it was just fine. We were here, and the kids were pretty nervous, but I was nervous, but not like earlier weeks. So
right. Like the first time you stepped on that stage to sing.
Yeah.
Ooh, that had to have been nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it was. Honest to God, I've answered this a whole bunch of times for several different reasons. For me personally, I think the most nervous I felt, like when you feel, now I felt nervous the whole time. I was scared to death the entire time.
Right.
But the most nervous I felt, I think, was during my knockout round. And I think it was just because that was the answer. Are you going to make the live rounds or not, and
the pressure.
yeah, so I was really nervous, and now I don't want anybody to get me wrong. I was nervous the whole time, but I was like really very, very nervous.
There's levels.
Yeah. So so anyway, when they broke for commercial, and there's they have a really fantastic team, and so there's a girl that no one watching The Voice could hear, but those of us who were contestants could hear her.
Right.
And she said when they come back from the break, they're going to just announce the winner. They're not going to do like third or second place. And so
Wow.
while we were on that break, it was a long break. It was about a 3 or 4 minute commercial break. We actually told all of our kids just standing right here. We said, listen, when they announce the winner, don't cry. Just like smile and clap. They'll sort of what they'll do is they'll take us off the screen.
Right.
Pretty quick,
Right.
because the winner's the only one who stays on the screen.
That's
and
right.
so we're like, smile and clap. Then when we go off, you can be upset. Well, anyway, whenever they announced our name, the real truth is I don't remember for a little bit. Like, I don't remember exactly. I heard the confetti, because we had, don't get mad at me, all you guys out there, but like, there was a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of family here.
Yeah, like a lot of family,
family.
And people that were close with us were here,
Right,
and they were
right.
like out here, and so the camera, you couldn't see anything but this corner. And so anyway, so when they announced the winner, I remember someone shot a confetti cannon, like one of those ones you twist,
Right.
And then I remember the girl calling me back to the tablet because there was a press conference. But in between that, I don't remember a lot.
Oh my goodness. Well, I can tell you, I do. I was actually recording from my couch. I was recording the winning, and I remember me and my mom, we screamed. On the video, I couldn't help it. I was so excited. But your look and Brooke's look, I will never forget that in my whole life, because
Yeah.
I can't imagine the experience. And of course, your kids, your little girl, that was amazing to watch. But the look on y'all's face of the shock, you really were shocked.
Yeah, I was extremely shocked.
I really felt that was so sincere.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was good. It was a really good experience, but legitimately, I never dreamed that we would win.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
We Mississippians are so proud of y'all. the platform that we use is for positive things, uplifting things, praising people, showcasing people who make a difference in our state, and boy, have you ever. So tell us kind of what's happened now,
Okay.
where you are, and I mean, I know that you've done a lot of things, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes too, but what are you doing now as far as The Voice is concerned? Where are you going with this?
All right. Well, The Voice itself, what I like to say is, and I mean this in the most, I don't know, the humblest way I know how to say, but apparently our lives were like a warehouse full of dynamite, and we didn't know it, and The Voice was just a match. It was just this little thing that ignited that now, like, because there's so many things happening right now, like, I keep going on these different interviews and different things, and a lot of it is because of my background. Like tomorrow, I'm going on 700 Club, which
wow.
yeah, and so, but I think I think people hear that I'm a minister and they have these ideas, and I'm not really necessarily the cut from the cloth minister.
Right.
But
you're a walk the talk minister.
yeah. So there's a book deal that apparently will be happening. Like, we've already been in the works with that, and so from what I understand from our author and the agent, and then also some talks with some publishing houses, that like one of these houses is going to publish the book, and I think from what I understand that there's a little portion about my time on The Voice, but it's really just about our life and our family, and how, because to us our life is really just day to day. Like, before I came here, I was at the house and the kids were building a fort, and I made barbecue for lunch because we had some frozen in the freezer, but apparently
just daily normal lives.
Yeah, apparently though, to other people it's just really fascinating.
It's fascinating because not every time in your lifetime do you have the experience. We experience this with you. We experience your humbleness, your family's humbleness, and that's why I think everybody really fell in love with you and your family. Your voice is amazing.
Thank you.
But it's your lifestyle, it's the things that you say. Like, if you follow him on Facebook on his Facebook page, he's always talking about peace and love and unity, and that is what we need right now.
Yeah.
Not just right now, but in our whole life.
Really always,
and I think that that's another reason why your following is as big as it is, because of your humbleness and everything.
I don't know, yeah.
So aren't you doing something somewhere in Tennessee?
Yeah, that was coming. All of those things are happening. I have a show in Pigeon Forge, and I like to say, a lot of people have these ideas about what you should use your platform for, but what I use my platform for is just to say I love you, and I hope you have a great life, and that you're at peace, and that you're fulfilled. So having said that, I'm not really getting into any waters that I don't want to swim in, but I will say that they have their COVID guidelines are all set up, and so you don't have to worry.
They're very responsible.
Oh, they
if you
are.
Go,
the theaters are responsible. Yeah, it's Theater of the Stars. If you want to get tickets online, it's theaterofthestarspf.com, which is Pigeon Forge, but theater is spelled with an R-E,
so
like the
what I
bougie
will
way.
do, am I allowed to post that on this?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'll post that link if you want to get a ticket to that. But that you just click on and look up the tickets with the theater. How about that?
Yeah, and they do kind of like, what we're doing right here. They make sure everybody's separate and not sitting close.
We're 3 feet apart.
Unless there's a like a family or,
right,
they,
right.
And then every other row is blocked off. So
right.
it's
so
like
they're
COVID
definitely
capacity.
Following the guidelines.
Oh yeah, they sure are.
And that's great. They're responsible.
Yeah, it's a big question that everyone has, because I've had a couple of people that were upset, but I'm like, really, they're legitimately following all the guidelines.
Well, in most concerts that we go to, we're face to face and we're up and we're dancing.
Oh, it's not like that. Yeah.
And so they are following. So that's a great thing. And also, isn't that a new theater?
Well, it's an old. I don't want to say old. It's not old, but it's not a brand new building. But it's a new theater.
Gotcha.
It used to be Memories.
Oh, okay.
And now these people have taken it over. So, as an entity, it's a new theater.
So how's the experience?
It's been fun. I don't know how to do a show, and so that I will say. I think that's played to my benefit though, because I just kind of tell stories and sing songs, and in the first half of the show, there's a lot of songs from The Voice, because I know at this point in my life that's still a thing, and so I imagine I'll move past it eventually, but well, I don't think it'll ever just. I'm so grateful for it. I don't think it'll ever just be nothing to me. It's always going to be a really important time in my life.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But I do songs from the voice. I sing a song called Cinderella by Stephen Curtis Chapman because I've sang it to my girls when they're babies. And so
yeah.
I just, and then we have a little break. And then after that, I come back and do a whole bunch of church songs. And everybody seems to love that second half a lot.
Well, you can go on his Facebook page, and I'll give that to you, his music page. And a lot of times he will do Facebook Lives where he's singing. And you had a church session the other night, and
we did all church music.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing, and that's what I love. And also, you can PayPal if you want to, or Venmo. We want to support our artist. He is an artist. He does have a church that he is, but he's got, how many kids you have?
We have 8, and also the church situation is a little different right now, in that when I'm not fully engaged in that role, and so I'm still doing it. But we have an associate who's carrying a lot of the load, and it's a lot. Life is just a lot different.
That happens a lot. My church I go to right now, our pastor's off for the whole July.
Yeah.
So he's got people coming in. That happens. The thing that I want our followers and our friends to know is God has a purpose for him.
Oh yeah.
And for whatever reason he chose, and I know a lot of the reasons, but the main reason is to spotlight positive in the state of Mississippi and also in our southern states and everywhere. And that's what you do.
Yeah.
And that's what we love about you.
Yeah. And ministry, I gotta say, ministry wise, no joke, I've been able to minister 10 times more at these shows because the whole second half is almost like having like church, and all kinds of people are coming, and so it's been a good experience. They're getting extended, so I did get word today, so I guess I can say here, and I can say I did get word today because I've been waiting that they're going to be extended at least to the end of October.
But you'll be there back and forth.
And so,
congratulations.
I don't know exactly. Me and my wife have had a lot of conversations about how we're going to balance.
You will.
Everything.
You will. It'll work out.
It's fine. It's been working good. I mean.
And by the way, she's a trooper.
Oh yeah, she is.
I mean, she's really a godsend, isn't she?
Oh my gosh, yeah, she's been the best thing. Like
I stalk you, Brooke, on Facebook because I think it's amazing for what y'all do and how y'all are keeping your whole family together.
Yeah.
The whole family's involved in this. If you watch them, you'll know that. I think that's amazing. So let me ask you, I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
In 30 years, when you look in your little girl's eyes and she says, Daddy, what was the biggest takeaway from being in The Voice and having that platform to use? What would you tell her?
I literally would tell her because, in 30 years, my youngest daughter won't be so much younger than I was when I went on The Voice. She would be, I guess, 34, and I was 41. So
that's not much of a difference.
And so I would just tell her the biggest takeaway that I have is just go for it. Don't because there are so many really valid reasons that I should not have made it on The Voice at all, much less won the whole thing. I found out since all of it that I'm like the oldest person to ever win, the show. And so,
opening the doors for us.
So I'm kind of like, just go for it. I guess that'd be the biggest takeaway is that don't be too scared and intimidated, because it was intimidating. Because Thunderstorm, I mean, he's a phenomenal guy. Like as a person, he actually just a really good human being. But his talent is really intimidating when you're in competition,
Imagine.
Just go for it, And not just him. He's just the first one that popped to mind. But all of them really,
That's great advice. A lot of people don't. They stay in their box of fear. And I know that Brooke helped you out of that fear. I know you had some things that you've said before that happened.
Oh, yeah.
So what is something maybe one thing that about you that your viewers don't know about you, your fans don't know about you, that would be surprised?
I don't know how surprised they would be, but I would say one thing I actually started working on this morning, but I ran out of time because it's so much. But one thing about me that you guys might not know is that I feel personally responsible for basically everything that I'm involved in my life. Like this past week, one of the shows had to get canceled because the soundboard blew up. I was apologizing to everyone, even though I really couldn't have helped it.
But it was awesome that you did that.
Yeah, and then messages on my Facebook page. Today is the first day in months that I've said I'm going to take a little time and try to start answering some of these. because I'm just the type of person that I feel like if I can't answer all of them, I shouldn't answer any of them. And then some of them, you know, I don't really know exactly what to say. And so I guess you may not know that I don't know if it's all these years of ministry, but I hold a like great amount of personal responsibility for things like that. Like even now.
That you have no control over.
Yeah, like even now on my
that's
Facebook, like on my Facebook pages, even now, I'm afraid in a way to like anything, because if I don't like everything, you know, then I'm scared. I don't want people
and
to
you're
feel
right. You don't want to be judged on
But
that level.
good news though, this is not about me, but there's another Meridian man who is on BET's Sunday Best. He's top 9 right now. His name is Jamal Roberts. I don't want to say his wrong. I know his first name
Jamal.
He's from Meridian.
I would love to.
He's top 9 on Sunday Best, and I'm just like, man. So I made a video today about a lot of things just going on, but I made sure to mention that. Just lots of cool things happening in Mississippi.
And that's a part of opening the doors, because when people do see you step out of that box, they do that, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So can you sing us a couple of lines?
I probably could. I could probably sing like a hymn or something. Let's sing. I can sing Old Rugged Cross for you. I have to sing something that's like public domain.
Nobody owns.
I can't sing anything that's like, so I can sing that.
Okay,
Let's do it.
Let's do something.
On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. How I love that old cross, where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. And so I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. There you go.
Wow. I mean, you're just on the spot like that. That's just, I mean, the feeling that you get when you sing anyway, but that just is humbling. It just blesses
thank
me.
you. I
Thank
just
you
love
so
it.
much. I mean,
I sang my whole life just for the love of it. And so
and it's hard to hear something like that and not get emotional
Yeah.
and feel, because you really feel when you sing.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
for
you. I
that.
appreciate it. I appreciate that.
Awesome.
And I appreciate all y'all watching and following, and especially Mississippi. I know there are people all over the place, but especially Mississippi, I cannot tell you how grateful I am for, because I know these people pushed me through. Even at the theater, I tell people, like, you know, I don't mind saying hello or signing things or taking photos, because I know these people pushed me through. I know, you
Well,
know.
we supported you, not pushed you. We supported him because we love you, and we love what you're doing for the state. We love what you're bringing, the notoriety, the positive influence, and the things that you do. I will post his pages on the Facebook. He is on Instagram too. What's your Instagram handle?
Just Todd _Tilghman. Because believe it or not, even with the GH, there's another Todd Tilghman out there.
No way.
Yeah, and so mine is Todd _Tilghman. Yeah.
And then I'll link the Facebook here because it's easy to link. Y'all, I've watched you since day one. I'm in awe of you. I can't wait to see where this journey takes you.
Thank you.
I know a lot's coming up, and I know you've got a lot to announce in the next week or two. But I really can't wait, and I hope you come back on. If not, hey, maybe we can get him to Facebook if I can ever figure it out. Sorry about yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday I kept hitting it, and it would say my request was sent, but then you were never seeing it. I don't know what was going on. Who knows? Maybe.
I don't know, but on my other page, my CDK page, I was able to do it, and I thought, you know, we've had this issue before where we had to rig something up.
Yeah, because I would hit send request, and it would pop up a little check mark and say sent, but who knows?
That's crazy.
I did it like 20 times too. I just kept hitting it.
Well, like I said, I cannot wait to watch you where you go. Thank you for your time. It means a lot. I know you're busy. It just humbles me to sit with you.
Oh my!
Just because I just know that you really do have a love for people and what you do.
No, I do. I love people, and I love singing, and all of this stuff that's happening to me is just a huge blessing. So
It's
I'm just
happening to us
excited
too,
about
because
it.
we get to feel like we're in the experience.
Yeah, well, we are. That's one thing that's been a big deal to me. I hope we understand this is a we thing. This is not a me thing.
Team.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We appreciate you for joining us. Thank you. We couldn't do this without our sponsors, City of Clinton. If you haven't been to the city, you need to pop in there. I'm going to post their information. You can click what they're doing. Renaissance at Colony Park. It's your shopping and dining destination. It is beautiful. It's Ridgeland. Next time y'all come, I want to have y'all. There's so many things to see. You'll just be amazed with all that I'm talking about. Slim Chickens in Lake Harbor. Listen, the reason why I wanted them to be one of my sponsors is because he's a small business owner. The food is delicious. It's amazing. And visit Ridgeland, y'all. That's another place you need to go visit Mississippi while you're looking here. Pass through here. Come here to Meridian first and foremost. You have got a lot of things downtown going on.
Yep.
There's a lot to see. You've got the IMAX. Is it that Max?
The Max,
the
yeah,
Max Theater.
which is a super. If you're from Mississippi or interested in Mississippi, you should visit the Max. It's really an immersive experience of Mississippi and the culture of Mississippi. It's got music and church and food and literature and just literally everything, you know.
It's amazing.
Because everybody from like James Earl Jones to Jim Henson to Celia Ward to Oprah Winfrey, they're all from Mississippi, you know.
Right. So there's a lot of Mississippi heritage.
A whole lot there.
Definitely make plans and come on over into the Central Park. But thank you so much for joining us. Could not do this without y'all. We love you. We wish you well.
Thank you. I appreciate
We'll be
it.
praying for you and your family along your journey.
Thank you. I appreciate all the support. So thank you.
Y'all, thank you for joining us. We'll see you around the town.